Let's continue studying closures. So the second part of the definition of closure is that in most cases, a closure is a nested function. So a nested function is simply a function within a function. So going to our cheat sheet, I told you that the second function is a classical example of a closure because it accesses value from its lexical environment, plus it's actually a nested function. So it fulfills both the criterias of the definition. So let's make this particular function into a classical closure. So classical closure is not a technical term. I just made it up because that is what the understanding is in the JavaScript world of what a closure is. So I'm going to basically create an outer function, and inside I'm going to put this closure, all right? And instead of having this particular value in the global scope, I'm going to move it inside the outer function. So actually this should not be called outer, I should just call it outside because I don't want to make two names the same. So outside is the name of the function and outer is the name of the variable, all right? So now I've created, still this is a closure, but one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to actually return this fun function. So let's say if I want to execute this from the outside, I can just simply say outside and I can run this particular function. This function runs and it spits out this fun function over here. So I can capture that particular function, the return function, in over here in the new value. So let's say new fun, and that would actually just, let's call it fun1, fun1 like such, and that function is going to be captured. Now what's special about this fun1 is that it actually has this particular function, but the value of outer is baked into the function, all right? So over here, if I just do fun1, and console.log the value, it's going to be the same. The result is going to be the same. If I refresh, oops, it says nan because I actually did not provide the value of parameter. So this fun function, fun1, actually needs a parameter. So I can actually say 20 and refresh, and it's going to say 23. So 20 plus internal, which is 2, plus outer, which is 1. So it prints 23. So this is a classical example of a closure. Now let's look one step deeper. So in JavaScript, there is actually a property in the console called dir. So if I simply do dir, this method actually inspects whatever object you pass to it. So let's say I want to inspect this fun1 over here. So over here, I'm going to just use over here console.dir and then provide fun1 like such, all right? And I'm going to basically comment this out because we just want to look at this. So I'm going to save, refresh, and you see the fun function has been logged over here, and I can over here click this particular arrow and inspect it. So I click, and if I scroll down to scopes, if I expand this, I get something called closures. So closure is simply a property which is passed to the function, and it kind of is baked inside that it references from the lexical environment. So the same definition applies. So you see outer is not inside over here. We have internal, we have parameter which is passed, but the outer variable is accessed from the lexical environment. So that does it for this video. I'm going to talk to you in the next, where we're going to look at a practical example. Talk to you later.